Hey all my peeps, what is up? It is I, Silver Chimera Dragon, and welcome to my convention preparation vlog. So a lot of people like to go to cons, as they are called, or conventions, whether it's going to Comic-Con, your local convention, an anime con, car shows, it doesn't really matter. There's various conventions to go to and a lot of fun stuff that you can do. And I tend to carry two different kinds of bags. Now, if you're in the same hotel, or you happen to be within like a 5-minute walking distance and not totally uphill from where you're staying to the convention center, then fine, great, go ahead and take a smaller bag. That's totally cool. In those instances, I tend to take a small bag, something along this size. Now, I mean, it looks really big, but it's mostly to carry the water bottle, because there are a couple of things that I say you absolutely have to have. $5, your cell phone, your ID, and a water bottle. I tend to carry around one like this. It's reusable, it's metal, and then it has a screw-on lid. And because of the way this lid screws on, it is very difficult for somebody to cough or sneeze on this. I made the mistake once of taking a water bottle that didn't completely cover the tip, and people were coughing and sneezing, and I came back with con plague, which is a very common thing for people to have happen. Con plague is what is known in the convention community as convention plague. It's the culmination of everything everybody else was carrying coming to you and then knocking you down forever. In the spirit of that, I don't want to pay $5 for a bottle of water for 12 ounces, or have to walk 2 miles to go find water, or hope that the water is safe enough. Because a lot of cons anymore will have water stations where you can fill up your water. That's great. That's wonderful. But if you don't know how good people are being, or if they're being clean, or how often those are being cleaned, it can be a little bit scary. So I always carry a water bottle, which is why in my backpack here, this is my little running around backpack. There's enough room to stick my water bottle completely inside, so I don't have to have it in my hands the whole time. And I'm not relying on it being clipped to the side of my bag. The other thing I like to carry with me in my bag is I have a little baggie here, and these are little roll-ons, one's for anxiety, one's for pain. That's fine, they smell good. Get them from the massage parlor. And then I usually carry, now in my smaller bag I carry a smaller set. So in here I carry, and yes, everything's in Ziploc bags, it's fine. This is a headphone case. So I like to keep my headphones nice and neat and tidy. So this wonderful little case, which I picked up 5 years ago or so, 3 or 4 years, I don't remember, 3, 5, who's counting? It's a nice little hard case and it keeps them nice and pretty and tidy. Mostly, I just care about them keeping tidy. So it's a nice little case, it's hard to crush, very nice and convenient. I like to carry headphones with me so that whenever I go to a con or I go somewhere, if I need to really concentrate, I can put in my headphones, or if I get overwhelmed. The other thing I like to carry with me is a power brick and a cable. Now, I have a magnetic cable here for my phone because I got a special end cap so that I can charge it wirelessly, and then if somebody yanks on my cable or it gets caught on something, it's not going to yank my phone. The other nice thing about this particular power brick is that it also has a flashlight. And it has an indicator on it, so you can see how many bars of power it has, which is super helpful. I usually also carry with me a notebook of some kind. This is a new one that I just got. It uses those friction pins, and then you can wipe it off, or you can erase the ink later. So it was really nice, and you can scan the pages. They go to all kinds of things, so you can tell it what you want it to be set up for. And so that's very helpful. And then also when I go to a con, I always carry a camera of some kind. I usually carry my camera in a special case, as well as having the strap. So like if the power runs out on it, I can just, snap pictures and then go, okay, I'm done for a while, I'm going to put it away, which is very nice to have. And then I almost always carry my wallet with me, and I have different wallets for different occasions, and so one of them that I carry is one like this. And I like this because it also gives you the option to carry extra business cards, which is what I usually carry in here. And then I usually have a wallet ninja. This one's empty at the moment just because I didn't want to show off what I'll carry in here. So I usually carry gift cards on one side, and I'll carry cash on the other, and then have my ID on the inside. So just a nice simple wallet. Dudes can carry them too. And then one of the things I will do is before I go to the convention, especially going to where I'm going to Emerald City, I do not carry my badge out where you can see it until I get close to the convention center, because scalpers have a very bad habit of reaching towards you and trying to go, hey, let me buy your badge off you. You're like, no, I'm going to the convention, leave me alone. And you can be really nice about it. Another thing I carry with me in most of my bags is this stuff called Mio, because if the water tastes funny, sometimes it's kind of chlorinated. This will make it taste better. It also has vitamins in it if you get the ones that have the vitamins. Like this one has B12 in it, which is really nice to have. I also carry a small container with some meds in it. This is just one of those simple little, the ends screw into each other. And on the top, this is actually for digestion. It's papaya. And on the bottom, I have ibuprofen. Very helpful, very handy. For convention goers who are a little bit nervous about where you're going and who you're meeting and how the convention's gonna go, I would recommend find something that helps you relax, whether it be gum or hard candies, or I carry these, which is Rescue. Hashtag not sponsored, but they're Rescue Pastels, however you want to say it. So they're almost like little gummies, but they're hard. And so you just chew on them and they help you with anxiety. Also, convention spaces, no matter the weather, can get very hot. So I have actually invested in 2 different kinds of fans. The first one is a small portable fan. And it's actually got some power behind it. As you can see it moving my hair. Which is nice. I like this as a small size. It's not in the way. It's not loud either. Listen. Can you not hear that? That's right. And then I also usually carry a folding fan with me, because the folding fans are manually powered. So if your battery dies, no biggie. And always keep your phone in some kind of a case. And I like this case because it has a mirrored front to it. And you can see my totally dirty desk. But it also has a prop stand in it, and I like having stands on my phone. I also usually carry some kind of a chapstick, something to keep my lips moist, because in that environment, you don't want to be licking your lips a whole lot, just in case somebody coughed or sneezed, so you don't want to really have to deal with that kind of thing. The other thing I tend to carry around with me is Zip Fizz. These little tubes, and you can also do emergency, there's other kind of stuff. This one helps you get a boost of energy with vitamins, mostly B12 and vitamin C, and it also helps keep you from getting sick. It's not going to stop it, but it helps. Plenty of rest, plenty of food, and plenty of water. Always remember those. So digging further into my bag, I also, and this is just still the small bag, and I carry different kits for different bags, but mostly they have the same stuff in them. So here's my hand lotion. I carry a small thin one in here. And then I also carry a small nail kit. So there's nail clippers, a nail file, well, it's a buffer, but I just happen to like that size. And it's poopery, because you never know whose bathroom you're going to have to use. But it's also just in case when I'm running around. And then I've got extra pockets and things, and I usually carry a multi-tool with me. And this is because I can't tell you how many times I've been around somebody who has had something break on them. Whether it be a button fell off, or the screw on their glasses fell out. Or if part of their costume is broken. So I just carry a very simple one. I carry the ones that have the pliers. And they are incredibly helpful and useful. I also carry a roll of duct tape. I don't have it in here right now. I was switching them out. And again, see, here's the Mio that's in this one. The reason the other one was in a bag is because when they are full and new, it is very easy to accidentally not get the lid all the way on and then squish it and then have it go everywhere. So this is a nice crossbody bag. I got it with my loot crate for Halo. And it's got a lot of spots to hang stuff on too. So if I decide to pick up some stuff like keychains or whatever, I can actually just clip them on here instead of trying to stuff them in my backpack and weighing it down. Now my normal backpack that I now carry for conventions. I carried this one at TwitchCon, and the size is very, very intimidating for a lot of people. But like when I was in high school, I hated going to my locker because such short periods. I was like, I'd just rather carry everything with me. So this is a bag. This is an equilibrium bag. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag I wish I was. But anyways, I was debating about one of these. I debated on this for about 2 years, and even when I went to go pick it up, I still debated for another hour or so because I wanted to test the feel. They didn't have them available at the time. What I have is I have this harness on it, and it's going to be kind of hard to see because I can't quite get far enough back, but you'll be able to see it's got a regular backpack strap or backing to it. And what it is this part is actually mesh so it breathes. You want something that breathes because you will get hot. And this bag is actually, this side bit here is actually more like a side bag, but these are modular backpacks, so you can change it however you want to. I can even like hook bags on the see if I can get my finger in there. You can even hook bags on the side. It's hard to see the color difference on here. There's a bunch of stuff here, and you can also hook keychains on there. And then I actually went out of my way and I got a custom skin for my bag. And at the time that they were doing it, they were actually doing a special on the skin bags. So I have my totally awesome art here. It was done by Akiko Glenn, and then she did the line art, and then I went and did the coloring in the background myself and picked up the lettering, and then I did my QR codes, and then they had to edit this a little bit, but I got something that kind of represents me. And then this is actually a backpack in and of itself. It's one of those little skinny bags, which is cool. So it has a little handle, 2 zipper pouches, and it zips up to make it really small for conventions and going anywhere. What you can't see is my concealed container of hand sanitizer. Know it, use it, love it. It might be the only thing keeps you from getting horrifyingly sick. I was sick for almost 3 months the year that I didn't cover my water bottle, and I actually had somebody sneeze on the back of my neck, which for an OCD person who likes to be clean was not a good time. But my backpack also has a bunch of side pouches. So I am notorious for wanting to keep things clean and organized. So here is the med box that I carry in this bag. So I carry $10 because you never know when you might need a cab ride. And then, you know, papaya, some headache meds, that kind of stuff. I also in here have a solar rechargeable battery, or power pack. And I also carry, and I picked this up at the Daiso dollar store, a mirror. Now, I know it sounds vain to say always carry a mirror, but dudes should do it too, and you can get one that would fit in your wallet. Because if something happens, and heaven forbid, you're out somewhere and you have no cell service, you don't know where you are, you don't know where to go, you can use the reflective powers to light a fire, but that's really hard. But the important thing, the easy thing to remember with a mirror is that you can use it to signal someone. You just flash it and wave it at people until you can get someone, because the light will travel much further than your voice or smoke, because smoke can be mistaken. So that's one of those things to remember. I also always carry an eyeglass cleaning kit. This one happens to be Microsoft. I just love the tube. It works great. And I usually carry a repair kit. So this is actually one of those laser bond things. And again, it's just in case something breaks. And this is actually my chapstick for in here. It's one of those emoticon ones. So I like it because it fully is encapsulated. You can't accidentally open it up. And if it does melt, it locks completely shut, as was tested by accident once in the summer, and I was very happy to find out that it did. So, and I like backpacks that have lots of pockets and compartments, because as a person who likes to keep things nice and clean and organized, I want to be able to tell somebody, you know, if I'm not feeling good, hey, can you get into the side pocket of my backpack and get me out, you know, my meds? Or, well, I don't normally need meds during the day, but I carry things like I carry floss, well, floss picks, and I carry Now, I know I say always carry a water bottle, but I always carry one of these as well, especially when I'm going to be gone for a long period of time. And this is a cup. It's a cup that you can keep clean, it will hold water, and you can put, sorry, it's in this side, you can put a spare dose of medication in here. Say you're going out of town, you're flying on a plane, you're not sure, and it collapses back down to a nice, easy, containable size. You can fit maybe 4 pills in here, liquid gel sized. Super duper convenient. And then I have more Mio, and I have something that I don't actually carry for myself in here. Dig. I carry 2 Mio, 2 Zip Fizz, and I carry glucose tabs. Now, if you know anybody who's diabetic or hypoglycemic or just doesn't fall into one of those very specific categories but gets a low blood sugar, if you know somebody who's having a low blood sugar, as much as these things suck and as much as they taste nasty, like I get heartburn from them if I need one, but if you don't have any other options, this can save someone. And I know this sounds really extreme and, oh, you're being so dramatic. No. It is a lifesaver. I actually had to give somebody one, and they go, I've never had a low blood sugar before. You know, that's weird. I mean, that only happens to diabetics, right? That's not true. It can happen to anybody. You just have to not eat and be overexerting yourself. Bam. Perfect recipe. So, and then here is one of my fans that I carry. It happens to have a tassel. But these I found at the dollar store. And you can just help cool yourself down. Convention spaces, as much as they try, they do tend to get hot. And this is actually the nail kit that I keep in my backpack. Now, why is it all shiny and sparkly? Because it was on sale. But I got nail clippers, I got a tiny pair of scissors, I've got a nail file, I've got tweezers for getting out splinters. It is a super useful kit. I mean, you can pick them up $1, $2, depends on where you are. And always carry a notebook. So what this is one of those really tiny ones like you can pick up over at like the UPS store, I think is where we got it. But it has a pen, tiny pen, and it's spring-loaded open. And then you have the refillable paper. And then this just helps hold it shut. Bing, bang, boom, done. Takes up hardly any space, and it's good if something happens. You need to write a phone number down, you need to write down your hotel or directions. Paper. And then I always carry a spare pen. And this one has the added benefit of it's actually also a stylus. So that is super duper useful. And again, it actually lives in the side of my backpack like that. So this thing is stupidly wonderful to have around. But it really boils down to picking out one that you like, that fits the way you like to pack stuff. I know people who like to just throw everything in a bag and call it good. And I'm like, how can you ever find anything? Oh, I just reach in and I get it. And my backpack here has a pouch right here. And in this pouch, I have a little stress kitty. I keep him in the little pouch so he doesn't get dirty. But it's a squishy kitty. Good for stress relieving. I have a spare pen. It's one of those friction pens. I have spare headphones. And I keep a spare hair tie in there because these are good for wrapping up electronics or fixing your hair, getting it out of your face. It also comes with a wallet. So this wallet actually is one of those tri-fold wallets or bifold wallets. So it folds down pretty thin, but it has a lot of space in it, and it actually has a designated place inside your backpack for it. So right here. But this is the soft side, or the soft side of the, right there, there's the Velcro. So it attaches here and here, and it's really hard to just yank it off if you don't know what you're doing. And then it's got a pouch for your laptop right here, or that's where I normally would tuck like my wallet or anything that might break. And then this also happens to have a pouch in the back, and that's normally where I would carry like my tablet or my laptop. And then I usually carry like a book and a game system, usually like a DS or a PSP type. anything like that. Super useful items. Skip forward. And then, I think, oh right, an MP3 player. So the last thing I normally carry is I carry a little baggie that has my electronics in it. So this is things like my MP3 player and another spare pair of headphones, or my main pair of headphones. And usually I carry my charging cables in there, and I carry a power brick in it. Or sometimes I'll use a multi-purpose bag or a multi-pouched bag, and I always carry lotion too because my hands get dry. So those are just a couple of things that I highly recommend if you ever go to a convention. And remember to always have fun and never be afraid to ask a staff member for help. So those are my 2 styles of go bag that I normally get for the con. The big one is for, because normally I don't get to stay very close to the hotel. It's always booked up and it's very expensive unless you have a bunch of friends. And this ensures that I am autonomous the whole day. I can fit food in there, I can fit my water. I usually take pretzels and cookies and peanut butter as I pull out of my big bag. So I normally pre-pack my food before I go to the con. So normally I take like a sandwich, and this was like in a 2-pack from the dollar store. And I'll take a pack of honey just in case. So normally I find honey sticks, but they happen to be handing out samples of honey this way. And then you take some cookies for after lunch to go with your sandwich. I usually use Goober because it's the peanut butter and jelly swirled together. Not everybody likes it. I happen to. It works great for me. I can also take crackers as well as a small bit of that in a jug. I can always take a small bit of that in a jar, and then if I decide I get hungry during the con, I can always pick up my crackers and just eat it that way instead of just having my sandwich for the day. So that's really, really helpful. And then I usually pack some pretzels. These are peanut butter pretzels. And then I usually will also take jerky. And they'll sell jerky in small packages that you can buy that are pre-done, or I'll make my own pouches when I get home. So it's just one other thing to just kind of help make sure that I'm not going out and spending a bunch of money on food, because whenever you go to a con, the food trucks are there, and that's a wonderful thing, but they can be very expensive. Expect to spend $15 to $20 per meal at a con when you go. And it's not because they're jacking up their prices, it's because a food truck has to pay to go there, rent the space, they have to get their supplies, they've got to get people there, they've got to have staff running it for the duration of the convention. Sometimes they have to get a convention pass to get in, and they're not just out on the street. So some will be a little more expensive than others, and it's just something that, like when I went to California, I got a little bit of sticker shock, because it was $16 for like a sandwich, and I was like, I'm not doing that again. We're stopping at the store. I will pack a lunch. And I usually do. I usually eat before I go, have a lunch, and have a snack somewhere with me. Now, you do need to make sure that the convention rules do not state that you cannot have food on the premises. So if that is an issue, either know if you can pack a lunch with you, or where to go for food, and how far out you need to go to find a reasonably priced bit of food. So that's what I always recommend. And they will almost never tell you can't bring water, but sometimes you may have to refill the water and get it from them. So just one of those things to take. If you're not sure about the water quality, get a water bottle with a filter, and that will usually save you a lot. That could save you upwards of $20 a day if you have to get 4 or 5 bottles of water, because it depends on the size, because sometimes they're the like little 8-ounce bottles and sometimes they're the 24s, and it's anywhere between $2 to $5 a bottle for water. And I know that sounds like they're gouging you, and they are, but it's just the way business works. So you just kind of have to work within the bounds of that. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you found it interesting or helpful, make sure to hit the like button and let me know that you would like to see more videos like this. Remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified when I put up new videos. And until next time, I hope all of my peeps take care, and may you all have fun at any conventions you go to. Bye-bye!